Hello and welcome to the Real Life Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jonathan. This is a platform where we get to engage, interact, and learn from icons, gurus, trendsetters, trailblazers, difference makers, and world changers. You know what I'm talking about. And sitting next to me is a businessman, an entrepreneur. That's the word. Yeah. This man is the founder and owner and proprietor, also
proprietor, I think.
of Chicken. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about Tank Nthaka Mwale. My man, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
How you doing?
I'm okay. We've been putting this off for a long time.
Finally, we're here. So, briefly, who are you? Where do you come from? Talk to me about your educational background and family background.
I'm from Lusaka.
Yeah.
I just started from Kablonga Boys,
Yeah.
Kafue Boys, and finished off at David Kaunda.
Okay.
I did my A-levels from there as well, which I failed,
Okay.
by the way. Yeah.
I like that.
Then I went to school in Namibia,
Yeah.
and I stayed there for about 11 years.
Okay.
So I went to study marketing and operations management, and well and good. I did first year, second year. Between first year and second year, I only failed one subject,
Okay.
which was English.
Okay.
And I remember my dad would, during dinner time,
Yeah.
Dad would always bring it up. You boys, you speak English all the time. How can you be failing English? But I'm like, I passed everything else.
Yeah.
His focus was just on English, you know. Yeah. So 2 years of school, and my grandma and my granddad got sick at the same time.
Okay.
So there was no money for school, and Dad said, "No, come home, and you'll go back next year because now we have to pay for your grandmother's leg. Your grandfather is sick," and I thought to myself, I've heard this story.
It doesn't end well.
Yeah, if I go back, I'm never coming back. So I said, you know what? I will stay here and I'll wait. When money comes, let it come. But if not, let me see what I can do. So from there, I started looking for a job. I looked for a job as a waiter.
Okay.
So, beginning of the story, that's the first and last CV I wrote.
Wow.
Yeah. I had 4 jobs after that, but that's just the first and last CV I wrote.
Okay.
And I remember just having about 500 runs left on me. And the school was closing, so this is the end of the year, and now I'm supposed to go home. Luckily, a friend of mine who I met, who was actually my cousin, told me, "No, I'm going home, but you can have my room. It's already paid for the 2 months that won't be here, so stay in there for free. Just keep my stuff." And after praying, those things started just falling in
place.
Yeah, so I stayed there for the 2 months, but in between there, I started looking for a job. The first day I went with my CV, just found people training, and they said, "I was actually looking for people. Sit there, start training." And seriously, that's how it transpired. And I worked as a waiter, the Premium Piatti. I don't know if you've heard of it, South African brand, in Namibia. I worked there. Training was a month. You're not getting paid. You're training. And by the time the month was over, I had no money. It was either you transport money or you buy bread.
So you buy bread and you use that energy to walk.
Exactly. Yeah. So I had a friend of mine who used to walk home, and it's distances. He would always walk. And now I'm thinking, am I going to eat or I take a bus today? So the guy said, "Let's just go. It's nearby." Yeah. And for sure we were speaking. The distance, talking, and the distance is just there. Next thing you know it, you're home. And the guy says, "No, I get up at 5. You can meet me by there, and no money for talk time. Just meet me, and we walk together." And from there, that's how we started walking to. It's like if it's from here to maybe East Park, to town.
Wow.
That's the distance in the morning. So for a week before he started getting paid, and I would be walking and to work, and then from there I started working. So as I was working, school opened. I was trying to go to school and go to work, and some of the tests I was failing, And there was a day I was going to work. I think I had an exam at 12.
Yeah.
And then work was starting at 2. I had my uniform for work. And I'm thinking, I was on my way going to the exam and I said, you know what? I'm just going to fail. There's no point. Let me just go to work.
Yeah.
And that was the last day I remember going to class. While I was on campus, I said, you know what? I'm done. Let me just go. Better I make more money than I fail more classes.
Did you finish school? No.
I did. Yes, I did. Okay. So after that, I just decided, let me just work. And I just continued. So for 2 years, I worked. Thereafter, I went back and I started paying for myself on distance. So I started doing per semester. I would do 3 subjects, and I was paying, and I was passing. I was paying.
When did you come back to Zambia? I
came back to Zambia. This is the 4th year of me being into Zambia.
How was this born?
This Chichiken.
Chichiken, yes.
So Chichiken, when I came back, I worked, while I was doing my degree, I was only working in the restaurant.
Okay.
So from Primi Piatti, some customer came to me and said, no, I like the way you're working. I want you to come manage a new restaurant I'm opening. So from there, I went, managed the restaurant for 2 years. So I managed it from beginning. So I saw the ups and downs. I saw as it grew up, blossomed, and then it also came down. Okay. Luckily, I got out just before. From there, I went to another interview. Some gentleman, Mr. Roland Losh, was looking for a manager. Interviewed with him. I didn't even give a CV. Interviewed with him, and I can tell him this. At the time, I was getting. This is why you have to get a good woman. I was getting 7,000 where I was working. Okay. And I spoke with my now wife. She told me, when you go to him, tell him you are getting 9,000, and you want to leave. He can give match that or give you something more. Okay. So when I went, they said, okay, I can't pay you more than you are getting there. I'll give you 9,000. Not knowing that.
There was 7.
Exactly. So from working with that next person, I worked for about 4 to 5 years, and the money that we saved. Came back to Zambia and started Chichiken.
So you didn't borrow money from the bank to start that?
No.
You saved?
We saved. By the time I was coming back here, by the time I was leaving Namibia, I promise you I was making a significant amount of money per month. Me and together with a wife of mine. So I didn't borrow any money. Okay. Coming back to.
Why did you choose specifically the food industry?
The food industry worldwide, it's worth more than $50 billion. If done correctly, you can make a lot of money in the food industry because everyone has to eat. Yeah. At some point in the day, not all meals are cooked. Even you yourself, I'm sure one of the meals, either breakfast, lunch and dinner, you're not eating from home. Yeah. So if you just tap into that market properly, it's very lucrative.
What are some of the challenges that you've encountered in trying to establish your brand? Bearing in mind there's, the other guys. Yeah. The big guys from SA.
Okay. Yeah. There's a saying by Martin Luther King. It goes like, not everyone can be famous, but everyone can be great. And greatness is defined by service and the significance of service. Wow. So there's a lot of places that come up with a lot of money. They have all the advertising, they have billboards, but if you go and try their food, their food is cardboard. Yeah, it doesn't speak for it. So if you bring up a product that speaks for itself, you don't even need to advertise. It's word of mouth. If you bring up a product that's quality, you have a customer for life. Yeah. So if the food that I'm cooking, you love it, then you always come back. But even if no matter how much I advertise, no matter how much money I put into advertising, promotion, if the product that I'm putting out doesn't speak for itself, then there's no way you're going.
Wow, that's brilliant. And it's true because, everyone who's tested your your product always come back and ask for more. Yeah. What would you say are some of the secrets to success in business, particularly in this food business?
Okay. In food business, in the small, I can say what? 11-year experience that I've come across. You need to stick in the circles that you understand. If you're good at cooking shima, cook shima. Cook the best shima you can.
Yeah.
That's it. So that when someone says, they're coming from Uganda, where's the best place we can eat shima?
Yeah.
They say, let's go to Jonathan's place.
Yeah.
Where's the best place we can eat fried chicken? Let's go to chicken. So people want to diversify. You want to do rice, you want to do fried chicken, you want to do grilled chicken, you want to do, you know, all sorts of things. So most of the brands that have excelled, they only focus on one thing or a small group of things and become the best in those things that you can manage. That's, I think that's I think one of the secrets, I guess.
But what is your marketing strategy? Is it just in the best quality of products that you give, or do you do radios, TV, social media?
We do mostly social media. I think personally our clientele is not radio based. I wouldn't say that, but our size of our business, it's still small.
Yeah.
So for me to spend so much money on advertising for radio, I think it would be a waste of money. Rather, perfect the product. Once the product is perfect, well, what I would think is perfect, then expand. Once you expand and your market share grows, then you can use a platform like radio, which can cater for a large market share as it is.
Great. So I'm gonna ask you some real life questions that require real life answers, and
Okay.
let's see how you do on that one. What are your core values in life?
Core values. Family.
Yeah.
Honesty. Integrity.
Yeah.
Which I get from my dad.
Yeah.
And what can I say? Doing the right thing.
Great.
Yeah.
Driving forces?
My child, my wife, and the will to survive.
Biggest failure in life, and what did you learn from it?
The biggest failure right now. Right now. I think not having kids sooner. That's the only thing I can think of right now. That's the thing that comes to the top of my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
That's just the mistake, yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
What did you say is your biggest achievement so far?
The biggest achievement? I haven't got my biggest achievement yet.
Okay.
My daughter?
Okay.
Yes, that's it. But I think my achievements are still coming.
Yeah.
I don't sleep, you know, I don't sleep at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I sleep, but I don't sleep. I always feel like whatever I do is not enough. If I make a 1 kwacha, I say it's not enough. If I make a 2 kwacha, I'm saying it's not enough. Yeah.
There's hunger for more.
Exactly, always.
What's the most important thing you've learned in life so far?
I think the lessons have come recently, that you need to value the people around you.
Yeah.
Value good friendships, good family. You can have family, but they might not be of value to you.
Yeah.
You know, there's family who only wants to take from you, friends who only want to take. You know, so I think being the person who people can depend on, and yeah, that's I guess that's.
And if you were to speak to a 18-year-old Tank, what would you tell him?
I'll tell him, enjoy life, eh? Life is short. Life is short.
Yeah.
Because I would always be thinking, I would be thinking too far ahead. You know, when you're young, you're thinking, oh, what car am I going to drive?
Yeah.
Oh, the big house I'm going to stay in. And you forget to live in the present. Because you might just be hit by, from here, I might just be hit by a bus outside.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. So if I did not live in this moment that we are in right now, then, you know, you might not have lived at all.
Great. If you had to meet 3 people in your life, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
Oprah.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
And Michael Jackson. 4, B.I.G. 5, Tupac. 6, Barack.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that order.
Great.
In that directly in that order. I started to put on.
I like. Awesome. Are you into books? I guess you're into books. I mean, you follow these icons.
Yeah, I'm into books.
Yeah. Your favorite book of all time, apart from the Bible?
Sister Soldier's Coldest Winter.
I've never read that one.
You should read it. It's a book I read when I was, I think, just out of high school.
Okay.
It's a very good book. It's about a young girl. Her father was a drug dealer in New York, I think in Harlem. She grew up, you know, privileged, rich. She didn't know what the father used to do. Okay. And the father got killed, and then everyone took her money, and she was on the run. So, you know, the life of this girl, going through all these changes from being rich to going through on the streets. You know, it was more of the story of the little girl going through all those changes, being rich, you know, coming down and coming back up. And and I love all the Harry Potter books. I'm a great John Grisham. I love novels. Who's this guy? The one who wrote the Da Vinci Code?
Who's that?
Dan Brown. Dan Brown. Da Vinci Code, Passion. The Dan Brown series.
Okay. Yeah. In your free time, what do you do?
In my free time, I don't have free time. I wouldn't consider it free time. My free time would be between midnight and 04. I would be playing either FIFA or PlayStation. That's free time.
Wow.
That's the time that you can say it's free time. If I don't spend it with family, so I don't call free time with family. Free time is where I have for myself.
Your you time.
Yeah, midnight to 04.
Wow.
That's my free time.
Okay. Favorite meal?
It's a tough one. If I had to eat now. Shima and oxtail. Oof. My young brother's oxtail.
Okay.
Shima, yeah.
So, for young entrepreneurs coming up in your industry or in any other industry, what are your last words?
My last words are three last words. One, trust the process. That's whether it takes 2 years, whether it takes 3 years, trust the process. Yeah. Two, trust your dream as well. You know, you might have a dream and people will tell you it doesn't work, this is not going to work. But if you believe in it so much, other people will believe in your dream and buy into it. And three, do the right thing. Even if no one sees you doing the right thing brings the right thing to you. Always.
Wow. Great insights from the businessman himself, Mr. Tank, aka Chicken, right there. We're just looking at his life. I advise you to continue watching the Real Life Show and get the best of the best stories right here in Zambia and in Africa at large. Stay safe and God bless you. Peace.
Can we also have a real life where you have a co-presenter and then we interview you as well?
We'll do that soon.
I think your story also needs to be told on your show, not on other people's show.
On my show,
we also need to. We also need to do that.
Thanks a lot for coming through, boss.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Prophet T.L. Kelvin, the founder of More Than Conquerors Family Church. And I'm advising and encouraging everybody that is listening to me to keep watching the Real Life Show with Jonathan, where you're going to be inspired, where you're going to grow, where you're going to learn. Keep connected.